So in this video, I will go a little bit more detail about the weather station and the Pearl. The weather station, when you get it, it packaged like this, right? This is the weather station bracket. This is just a mask for shipment, but you want to take this bolt off and attach this to your actual mast, right? The weather station brackets like this. What you see here is there's a rain sensor here. There's a solar light sensor there. Down here is an outside temperature and humidity sensor inside this radiation shield. There's an anemometer to measure wind speed and direction. Right now, it's we just zip tie to here for shipment, but you want to cut that and attach it. And this which is attached to the mast here. There's instruction on how to do it here. There is wind scoop here. This thing will spin to measure the wind speed. And this is the wind vane to measure the wind direction. You see here, this will spin. This will measure the wind speed. And this piece will turn, and that will attach to here. Inside here, there is a bag here with bolt. And inside here, there's a small Allen wrench. Right, so these guys have little Allen wrench set screws in there for you to attach it to here. And the wind direction here, there's a flat section. You spin around right here. There's a flat piece there, right? You want to align that with this flat section in here for the wind vane. Okay. So the way this works, you can see what this power here just to power the controller. That's not part of the weather station. But the weather station here, back here, there's a box. This is electronic box. This is the Modbus transmitter box. And that go down to wire here. There's about 10 feet of wires or so, maybe 6 feet of wires. Go to the junction box. The screws are, I unloose the screws, so we'll show you what's going on in there. And this is the junction box. It comes with a test cable, right? This cable here to plug in from the factory. But again, this is for tests only. Once you verify things are working, you want to replace this cable with the actual cable. Now, many systems, if we know the distance between the weather station and the controller, then you need to order the right amount of cable. This cable here needs to be 22 gauge stranded twisted pair wires and shield, right? This comes with a shield on it. Okay, so very important that this cable be the correct cable. You can order this from Link4, but you have to specify the length that you need to go from the mast around down to here. Obviously leave ample room for the length of this cable. So you look in here, again, this is test, but buy the right amount, and then you would pull this out. So this is junction box. I've loosened the screws here already, but you take it out. This is just to land the wires, right? So you go here, it's just the matching order here, match order there, right? There's number 1 to 6, 1 to 6, right? Red, black, white, green, shield. Same thing here. Red, black, white, green, shield from there. And then that wires go from here. And here you see green goes to A, white goes to B, shield go to ground. And here's the 24 volt for the power, right? Red is plus, black is negative. All right, so that goes to here. And the junction box here, I'll show you what's in here, but during installations, you should not need to open this box. The only thing box you need to open is that junction box to land your wires. But let me just show you what's going on here. And tilt it over. Let me put this thing down here. Again, I removed the screws already. Actually, a couple of screws here. Let me pause the video here. Okay, I take the cover off. and you see these wires here. It goes from here, go to the junction box, go through, and land there. Right. Let me zoom here. You can see the power plus minus AB ground like that. Right. This cable, this is the I2C sensor to go to the temperature probe, and humidity probe is in here. And then up here, you can see the color there and some number, right? This goes, these 4 wires here go to the precipitation sensor. And these wire here in the middle, this gray one, it goes to the light sensor there. And these wires here go to the anemometer, which is here and here. Again, this is pre-wired by Link 4. You don't need to go in here. But if you do open this up, when you put them back, make sure, right, there is a gasket here. Right, let me tilt angle. Make sure the gasket, you see that? Back in there. This cover here, same thing. Like for example, let me show you. Sometime as you uncover this gasket comes out, right? In here, this gasket is a little harder, but sometimes it pops out too. And if it does, we need to put it back in, right? Because this weather station obviously is sitting out in the element. Okay, right, and that press against this here to form a compressed seal to keep moisture out of there and to keep moisture out of there. Okay, and then as you wire properly, then it goes in here, then you will see communication happen here. Now, there's another video that's shown on this, that you see communication here, and every so often that you see the light flicker there as well. That's where the measurements are made. Okay, so right there, you see the flash here, it matches there. And then communication goes from here to the other controllers. All right, so this is how you wire up the weather station and mount it. Again, no need to open this. Just open that and land your wires. Now there's some troubleshooting. Let's see, let's say if there's no power, I'm gonna pull it, there's no power. I pull it out there, right? Then that unit will come black like that. So sometimes the power's in here and you're not quite sure there's power or not, then that's when you might have to take this open and to see there's no power in there. The other place, you open the junction box and you measure between the red and the black, you should see 24 volt DC. Okay, here or here, visually you can see it there, there's no power. And if I plug it back in, there you see power there. And communications here, and you should see every so often there'll be flags right there, you see it. You see more of it if you can run a scan, and I had a video to show that. And you will see light flashing there, and you will see light flashing there. You know, another communication is if you, let's say this wire is unplugged, or if there's a break in here or cable is cut somewhere, right? Then when you watch here, you would see that this light here would flicker right there. But then you watch carefully, you will not see any activity out here, obviously, because this cable is out. Okay. Another place that you might get an error is I'm scanning COM2, right? And you see light here flashing, and you see light here flashing, it's scanning, and it's scanning, right? And then you see like the bus is going very slow, very fast, but the key thing, it doesn't find anything. Okay, I'm gonna pause video here, but let it run through. It's almost done here, but hasn't found anything yet. But you see light here is flashing, and they're flashing. They're obviously talking, but it doesn't say anything, right? COM 0. Then you would check the polarity. So here, again, we have green on A and white on B. But I asked, sometimes people accidentally swap these two. Here, I intentionally swap it here. Or sometimes the misswise in here. And so you got the A and the B exactly reverse. And you're not going to be able to find anything. Okay? I'm going to put it back. Okay, so I put the A and B back to where it was. COM2. I scan it again. Immediately you see it found 1. And it's going to continue through, but at this point it found it. COM2 connect to their success. All right, so check power, check COM2, check the COM key. Sometime if you don't see anything, you might make sure that this connector is plugged all the way in, or this module is inserted in properly. You can see it's fairly tight fit there, so make sure the pins are not offset by 1. Okay. Sometimes these modules, some people put it in reverse, backward as well. So check that, and then the rest should go. Another common trouble method that we do sometimes is, let's say you can't find it, and then so question is, is a problem the cable? Is a problem maybe this module is not working? Or maybe the problem is this control is not working. So one of the common way that we troubleshoot is that we unplug this and we move it to COM1. Again, it's Modbus, so you move this to COM1, and then you go scan, and instead of scan COM2, you scan COM1 instead. Okay, and then the module that we're looking for is 132. The weather station, almost all the time we put it at factory at 132. Right. The other place, this is very rare. Let me cover this blue LED here, so it's not so bright. Let me unplug it. This is very rare, but these switches here, these are dip switches, right? Typically, we don't mess with them. There's no need to mess with these. There's even a tape for them, and they're all in the off position. If sometimes some people move this around, right, and would cause the bus to change to a different address. But you don't mess with this, address should show up on 132. Okay, and that's how you would troubleshoot the wiring for a weather station. I have other videos on how to set up the software as well. And then there's another video on how to set up the weather station to broadcast from the gateway unit to the other zone controller.